Welcome to Lunch Table Sports. How we doing, everybody? Boys, how we doing?
Lovely.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good week off.
I'm Big Teist, joined by the boys, and we're back with a whole bunch of new news in the NFL, and none bigger than Tyreek Hill, out of nowhere, traded to the Miami Dolphins. I mean, we woke up, saw a tweet that he was allowed to be allowed to request a trade, and that came out of nowhere. And then literally like 40 minutes later, boom, to the Dolphins. Like, this offseason just keeps getting crazier.
And the funny thing is like it was that 40-minute span. There was like the halfway point was like, oh, the Jets might take him too, and so like apparently like the Jets and the Dolphins were both in talks. Yep, and then I guess so he got traded, and recently he came out saying that there was no chance of the Jets getting him. He was Dolphins all the way.
Right.
So
and after that, it just dropped yesterday that the Jets are heavily interested in case a trade goes down for Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown, or DK.
Or DK Metcalf.
Mhm.
We see
DK.
Kind of crazy that all three of those guys are like in trade talks right now.
Debo, yeah.
That one surprises me. DK, realistically, definitely.
I was informed earlier today, actually, that an agent, I forgot his name, but he came out and said that there is a trade or more trades that are like blockbuster trades to happen this offseason still. So I asked who he represents, because if he knows that information, it's most likely going to be who he represents. He doesn't really represent too many big name guys, but some guys that were mentioned of that were Deebo. Another one was James Bradbury. Another one was Jalen Mills. And Trent Brown was another one. So those are guys that could potentially be on the move within these next weeks or so. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Trent Brown, just a sign and trade then? He just recently signed back with the Patriots, didn't he?
Yeah.
Same with Jalen Mills. So we just signed him yesterday.
So they might be off the table, but those are just some of the guys that agent represented. So
it's fair.
Hey, Bush, I got a quick question for you. D-Miles, thanks for bringing up the Patriots. What do you think they're doing? I mean, it seems like everybody in the division is like taking strides to get better, and all the Patriots have done is alienate themselves from JC Jackson and show no interest in re-signing him. I mean, like I'm not gonna question the process with Bill Belichick, because he's proven 6 times, and many deep playoff runs more than that like he can figure it out. But as of right now, from the outside looking in, I mean, the Patriots do not seem to be heading in the same direction, at least, as the Dolphins and Bills.
Yeah. Honestly, in this case, I don't know what they're doing, and I wish I could say like I had the slightest of ideas. But honestly, man, you just got to trust the Bill Belichick process. And I mean, like you guys were like you were saying, like there's been things he's just pulled out of nowhere, and I mean, granted, he might be drafting some 6th rounder that's going to be literally the next greatest player of all time. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that it's going to be a better offseason come the close of free agency and after the draft.
For some reason, honestly, like I'm not saying this is realistic, but am I the only one that can like also see the Patriots being bottom of that division next year?
Yep, I can wholeheartedly.
Like, genuinely, I don't think they will. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think they will.
No, I think it's possible.
I can definitely see it.
Possible.
Jets have been making a lot of moves. The Dolphins, honestly, if Tua gets his shit together, that team could be competing with the Bills for that division. But
potentially,
but
I don't know. The Dolphins are going to be hard pressed to make the playoffs, though, in this stacked AFC.
They absolutely better, because it's not like they just added weapons either. They upgraded the offensive line as well and maintained a 1st-round pick. So they better be competing for it.
I'm not gonna say I think the Dolphins make the playoffs next year, but I think the Dolphins produce some very fun football to watch.
Yeah.
You
Dolphins
know,
better make the playoffs. That's all I have to
Mike
say.
McDaniel, knowing the way he likes to use like pre-snap and like motions and like misdirection and stuff, I'm so excited to see how he's going to use Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
And Mostert Raheem.
They also
While
added
we're
Cedric
talking about-
Wilson.
While
Sorry.
we're talking about no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking. I mean, I was just looking at the whole depth chart. That whole offense has so many
Okay.
intriguing pieces. Like, Cedric Wilson's
Right.
behind those two. You have Devontae, who they're looking to trade, but I mean, even still in the works. I mean, I don't know. And Chase Edmonds. I mean, and Gesicki's still there. I feel like we
Pretty
forget
nasty.
Gesicki is a top.
Gesicki's a beast.
Do we know if
Top,
Lynn
um,
Bowden?
5'6"
Do we know
tight
if
end.
Lynn Bowden is still
I
on the
think
Dolphins?
I don't think he is, but let's look that up actually.
I was a fan
I-
of Lynn Bowden, and like then he got hurt and like traded away from the
I don't
Raiders
think
for like
he's
no
on the team
reason.
anymore.
While you guys
That's
are looking
good.
this up, I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
no,
if
he
you
is.
guys heard this.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
as of now.
I'm sure you guys did hear this. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you guys did. Since it's been a while since we filmed last, and it's been a few days since I heard this rumor. There was a rumor going around that Tom Brady wanted out of Tampa to go to the Dolphins, which was also a trade that the Dolphins were actually trying to do. I just looked it up, and Mike McDaniel reported it as fake news, which I can believe, considering that, you know, and into his position, you know, of course, learning from Tom Brady would be a dream come true for pretty much every young quarterback ever. But I wouldn't want it, you know, because Tua's going into his third year as a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
There's no reason for
Third.
him to take a step
Third
back
year,
to
I
being
think.
to being a backup. You know, that's just a waste of a year in his career.
Tua does not
Um,
deserve that. My guy Tua does
no,
not
not
deserve that.
not
This
at
dude
all.
has been
Exactly.
put through the ringer and left out to dry in his first 2 years. He does not deserve that.
But the
Right.
question still remains: if he can't produce this year, I feel like it.
Oh, this is a
showed
make it or
what
break it
he
year
did.
for sure. I mean, he has
there's
no more
absolutely-
excuses, literally.
yeah, there's no
Like
room.
we can make excuses for the offensive line last year. The lack of weapons were still present last year. I mean, Jalen Waddle came on, but behind him, Devontae wasn't keeping healthy, and there was almost no receivers behind that. And the offensive line just couldn't keep him up. And there was
Every major
stupid lack
issue
of
has been
run game.
addressed for like
Yeah, literally every
Tua's
major
surroundings.
for the offense at least. I mean, they've addressed every single aspect. If Tua does not perform, he doesn't have to perform elite. That's not what I'm saying. He still has to produce though, like a potentially top 15.
He's got to be a top 15, top 12 type of quarterback.
Yeah. And if he doesn't, then I feel like he's not living up to the draft height at all.
Right. It was just something that I saw that was like, what the fuck? Like, I got to bring this shit up to the boys.
Yeah.
It was just kind of crazy to me that it was even like a rumor to begin with, because I feel like Tom Brady, you know, teaming up with Tyreek and all these guys would be kind of fucking crazy.
Tom Brady doesn't have the arm to throw it that far anymore, man.
Fuck, he threw a fucking bomb to Mike Evans, damn near the
Does-
last play of the game.
What would have been his last
His
touchdown?
last passing touchdown.
And the guy wasted $500,000 on.
That's tough, man.
That's rough as hell. But
I saw a thing saying like Tom Brady might not return to the Bucks, not go to the Dolphins, but just not return to the Bucks.
Which he might not, because he's technically not on contract.
yeah, but where is he gonna go? Like
I feel like I saw something about BA like coming out publicly and saying like if some team really wanted to trade for Tom Brady, it would like take like an ungodly like offer that no team would like, you know, like he said,
Would
like
just-
5 firsts at least. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't really give up 5
firsts.
firsts to Tom Brady. Granted, he's the best quarterback ever.
He's
You
still
know, whatever
40 years old,
whatever the
man.
fuck you want to, whatever one
Yeah.
exactly, whatever one you want to say and yap about Tom Brady. No one is gonna give up 5 first-round draft picks for him.
yeah, no, that's what
Unless,
I'm
you know,
saying. Like it seems
'cause-
like BA is pretty set on like, no, like Tom's not leaving.
Because he came out of retirement. I mean, what do you think? He's not gonna last more than 1, maybe 2 years, and that's pushing it. You know,
Yeah.
2 years is pushing it. I mean, I wouldn't give up 5. I wouldn't give up 2 first-round draft picks for Tom Brady.
You're giving up the future for the potential of winning a Super Bowl, which is the main
now.
goal of every team. So it's
Which is what the fucking Rams did. Like I said, the other episode.
and they
Oh
won,
my
and they're
dude.
winners. They won the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Fuck them
But
picks,
look,
literally.
They're fucked. They're fucked for the next 10. They're fucked for the next what? 7, 8, maybe 10 years. No cap.
Who knows? Maybe they win a few more bowls and it was all worth it. I feel like the
Maybe.
main.
I feel like
goal
if you
of every
win
team is
one
to win
bowl,
a
it's
Super
worth
Bowl.
it.
Yeah.
So if you win a Super Bowl,
That's what I'm
with
saying,
all the
dude.
trades
If I,
you make,
dude, if I
sacrifice the
just
future
want
for the
one.
club now.
I have what? Let's see. I'm 19 years old. I have at most 80 years left to live, and I just want one Cardinal Super Bowl, so I can get get that shit. I will get the Lombardi Trophy with Kyler's name right
Oh
on it if
my
we win the Super
God.
Bowl.
If you guys win it without Kyler, though.
Lost me at the Kyler part.
Yeah.
Well,
What if-
hey, so
What if Colt McCoy won
so-
Super Bowl MVP?
oh, dude.
Oh yeah, like
I
a
will
little
have-
Nick
I will
Foles
have-
situation.
Okay, so if that happens, forget the Lombardi Trophy. I'm getting a goat with Colt McCoy's face as the head.
Speaking of Nick
Gross.
Colt
Foles,
McGoat,
we're
baby.
actually shopping
Colt
him right
McGoat.
now. He's looking to be traded. I don't know where the fuck he's gonna go, but
Who, Cole McCoy?
no, Nick Foles.
Oh, Nick Foles.
I
Where's
mean,
he,
Still on the
where's
Bears?
he
Like
at?
a
Where's he
3-year
at
deal.
currently? Yeah.
He's still on the Bears.
Is Glennon still on the Bears?
No, fuck that. No.
From the Giants.
He was
huh?
on the Giants. He
Giants.
was on the
Yeah,
Giants
that's
this
right.
past season.
That
Yeah,
is
no.
facts.
On the Giants past season, we just signed Trevor Simeon to back up Justin Fields, and Nick Foles' guaranteed money was just paid. So if we traded him, it would have some of the incentives traded away with him. So we'd save some money and gain a draft pick with somebody else getting either a high quality backup or a bridge quarterback. So really hoping he gets traded.
He'll
soon.
go to the Dolphins.
Shit. Who knows? Honestly, at this point, I'm still waiting for Jimmy to get traded. I mean, if not,
yeah.
he
Yeah.
I
cut.
don't know.
Apparently, he's about to get
Yeah.
cut.
Genuinely thinking about
There's
cutting
no
at this
way.
point.
That'd be crazy. Just see Jimmy go for
But
nothing.
who else? Who else is there that could use Jimmy? I mean, Falcons and Colts filled their quarterback
Oh.
spot. Browns filled their quarterback spot. Texans aren't looking for a quarterback. You know,
I mean, there's always somebody. I mean, shit, who knows? What if the Eagles were like, we're not feeling Hurts and just traded for Jimmy?
which is kind of a dumb move
They-
because
they-
Jalen
No, it
Hurts.
is, but
Jalen
There's
Hurts
no
is
way.
like-
always-
There's no
always
way
the
they'd be.
idea of a
They'd be
team not
in
the
on
Giants.
Deshaun Watson.
The Giants, I
And
guess.
then, yeah.
The
The
Giants,
The Giants could.
Here's I
Daniel
think
Jones
maybe
is a fucking scrub.
here's my thought maybe maybe the Niners don't want to trade Jimmy because they don't think Trey is ready.
Which is
but if
another.
they're
which
talking
is-
about cutting
most-
him, then
but they already came out saying they're not gonna cut him. He's too good of a quarterback to cut. Which
yeah,
is
but they'd be saving like 20
Makes-
20 mil.
right. Which makes no sense because if he's too good of a quarterback to cut, you know, you're gonna fucking trade him anyways. You know,
Dude will just be a model instead. It's fine.
Shit, we'll have to see. I'm excited to see where he goes, but
yeah, we got a lot of off season left. It should be good. I do want to jump into this real quick, just because it's going to be a quick topic anyway. We can always come back to NFL, but I specifically wanted to debate D-Marge on this because two of the most underrated MVP picks for the NBA are on D-Marge and I's team. What up with that? I mean, Jayson Tatum, both Jayson Tatum and Devin Booker, absolutely killing it. You know, Joel Embiid could, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, Devin, listen. So there's 12 other guys in the NBA to average 25, 5, and 5 for playing with the team with the best record in the league. They all won MVP, and here's Devin Booker, not even
Except
in
for
a
Steph
top
Curry.
5 conversation, except for Steph. But he did it twice, and he only won the MVP once, so it still kind of counts. And you look at Jayson Tatum and his numbers. What he's averaging, D-Marge, like 30 points in this 6-game run or whatever, and he's absolutely killing it. He's leading the Celtics to the number 1 seed. Neither of these guys are getting even mentioned as an MVP.
See,
In
but
March.
if we're talking
I'm not happy at all.
if we're talking about the MVP, I think that we need to talk about guys that have been doing it from start to finish. You know, all these
it's
big
fair.
men, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, they've been doing it all season, and this is now the normal for them. Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, they were on streaks of playing this good.
Great.
Who knows how long these streaks can
But
last?
you're right. I get you 100%. But I mean, I'll speak for Devin Booker just because I'm a Suns fan, and Jason Tatum can honestly go off as an MVP candidate at this point. But speaking for Devin Booker, he started this streak without Chris Paul. Jason Tatum has Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Pritchard, all these guys. Devin Booker did it by himself.
What if we're gonna talk about the Celtics bench and being that good? The Suns bench is way better.
Suns,
Yeah,
Suns
the,
bench.
the players surrounding Devin Booker are definitely better than the players surrounding.
The Suns are overall the best team in the NBA for a reason.
And they've been the best. They've been the best team. So I feel like
Here's
even
what
with Devin Booker on a great streak,
I said all that just to hear that from you guys.
Here's what I will say though about Book, because I'll agree that Book is going on an absolute tear. And I saw that thing about like Book is averaging 26-6, best record in the West, and like no MVP looks. But then Steve Nash was averaging 16-11, best record in the West, and he won back-to-back MVPs. But here's the thing I'll say about Book is when the Suns are at full strength, he's not the most valuable player on that team. It's Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the one who came in and transformed them from a fringe playoff team to a finals contender. And Book was there the whole time. Like, this team is good enough with the like surrounding pieces that they've acquired to stay afloat when Chris Paul goes down. But they got like they separated themselves really from the rest of the West when Chris Paul was in the lineup. And when they're at their full strength, like they will be in the playoffs, it's going to be Chris Paul who is leading the team and facilitating it. I mean, Devin Booker does most of the scoring, but I don't think he's the most valuable player on his own team. So like, I think it's hard to give him serious MVP consideration.
And I'll speak on Jason Tatum real quick. Jason Tatum just in March alone is averaging 33 points a game. I believe he had the most. I think he's almost tied or is leading the NBA now in points.
He's number.
He's leading the NBA in total points, not points per game, but total points.
Mm-hmm.
He has career highs in points per game, rebounds per game. He leads the NBA in plus minus. He has the best record in the East, tied with Miami. He has best point differential in the East. He has best point differential in 2022, best defense in the NBA because of the Celtics. And then Celtics are 22-5 when he scores over 30. But in a lot of the games in this new year, he hasn't scored over 30. And a good amount he has, but about half of them he hasn't. And they've still won. I think they've lost 6 games out of those 30 or so games.
And
I think it's fair to say Tatum is definitely, like, I love Devin. I think he's a great player. If there's a dark horse right now for MVP, it's Jason Tatum. And I understand, like, whole year, he's been playing good for a good amount of the year. I mean, early in the season, he had some woes, and the team in general had some woes. But as soon as they started to kick up fire and started actually playing well as a team, it was because of Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum had that team under his wing and said, fuck it, guys, we're winning some games. And now they're number 1 in the East. So what else can you say? I mean,
and I'm also going to come out and say, like, we all love Devin Booker. We all have love for the Suns.
We're from Arizona.
What Ty said is true. I think when the Suns are healthy, Chris Paul is by far the most valuable player on the team.
Yeah.
And looking at the Celtics team, I don't think you can say anybody is more valuable than Jason Tatum is for that team.
Nope.
I don't think you can. I don't think anybody on that team can do what he does night in and night out, or possibly even do it better. Jaylen Brown is good. Jaylen Brown is really good. Jaylen Brown's a great too.
Jaylen Brown's great.
And I will 100% say that Jason Tatum is a 1. And I will say Jason Tatum is a 1. And he's continued to prove it this year.
I'm excited.
You know what?
I'm just happy.
While we're on the topic, Bush, I will put my hand up and hereby officially revoke my previous statements about Jayson Tatum not being a true one. He has officially proved me wrong.
Thank you.
So Jayson Tatum, hand up. I'm sorry. You're a true one.
Thank
You
you.
love to see it.
Thank you.
You know,
Love to see it.
I will come out and say I agree with you guys. About the whole Chris Paul thing, I was just a little salty. I want to apologize to you boys. I was just a little salty. But now looking at it, Tice, when you say that Chris Paul is, most valuable Suns player, you could be right. You're right. Devin Booker obviously started this whole tear when Chris Paul got injured, and Chris Paul's been back for 2 games, right?
Mm.
In both those games, Chris Paul had 14 assists and 13 assists. In both of those games, Devin Booker had 35 points and he had 49 points.
Mm.
So, yeah, Chris Paul was obviously a big contributor in those points, but I mean,
Maybe I will say for
like,
Dilly, I feel like everybody's overlooking the fact. I understand when Chris Paul came to the team, they got so much better. Yes, they did. But when you look at what Devin Booker's done without Chris Paul, they are still playing at an elite level. So it is fair to say, as of right now, if you were to ask me last year who was their most valuable player, easily Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul changed.
100%. Yeah.
Right now, though, it's pretty fair to say either one is that guy for them because Chris Paul facilitates the floor and Devin Booker is that one to score. I mean, it's whichever one you're going to take on.
Here's what I'll say. I think, I'm just going to say, I think that the Suns of like today are actually really comparable to like the Nash MVP Suns. Because when Nash won those MVPs and in like the following years after that, where they were still just like, really elite, like upper tier Western Conference team.
Yeah.
Amari Stoudemire was the leading scorer. I mean, he had years where he averaged 26, 25.2, 25.3. Like, and I feel like nobody like ever really thought of Amari Stoudemire as like an MVP candidate because like
that was a beast.
I feel like Nash was just more of like the do-it-all. Like obviously Devin Booker is a top scorer in the NBA. Like he's definitely proving that without a doubt that he's like, like he could definitely win a scoring title someday. But I think like in this current state of the Suns, like Chris Paul would be the guy who should be like winning MVP because he really is like the most valuable player on that team. Like he has a great supporting cast, probably the best that he's ever had in his career. But like, Chris Paul is what makes the Suns like the danger that they are.
I mean, it's fair to say. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Chris Paul elevates that team in ways that it wasn't before, but Devin Booker's come on strong as of recent as well, showing that he can, when Chris Paul leaves, he can lead the team. He can lead the team.
Definitely.
Chris Paul effect, baby.
I'll add this. I don't think like if we're talking about D-Book and MVP case, I'm giving Jayson Tatum more of a case than D-Book just because he's managed to keep it like important in the regular season. I think that the Suns have had the 1 seed clinched and locked up for a couple of weeks now. No one's really contested them in that. So I mean, it's just another thing to add.
Jayson Tatum's still fighting, and he's showing.
I mean, I guess.
1 seed.
Damn, I guess I'll add on to my own fucking argumental claim, I guess. Shit. That Devin Booker has 2 all-stars in his career. 2 all-stars in his career, both coming from seasons with Chris Paul. So
I mean,
bad topic to bring up, I guess. But hey, I mean, we got a good debate in.
But at the end of the day, they're still both elite players, and Devin Booker has a debate for MVP. Right. He does. It's not like we're going to sit here and say he doesn't.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Devin Booker is only what, 24, 23? Like, dude is still super young.
For like 6 years.
If he's already doing this, without a doubt, like I would put him on like a future MVP watch list.
Oh
but
yeah,
like
of course.
Just in the situation he's in the team he's on, I don't think like because of Chris Paul being there, I don't think that he's ever going to be like seriously looked at as like an MVP candidate, just like given the situation, but he's definitely proving that he is like that guy. And he's got a long time to, win an MVP.
Right.
Because I mean, realistically, he's probably only going to be teammates with Chris Paul for 3, maybe 4 more seasons max.
And he signed a 4-year. Chris Paul signed a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
The whole contract. Yeah, it'll be at least 3 more years. Which
these NBA playoffs are about to be good too.
Oh,
the
Fire.
like
Ky-
the standings.
Kyrie just
The
got,
East is still
Kyrie just got cleared to play home and away games now, so he's gonna
And
be
he-
a seven game attendee to any series he plays in.
Mhm.
coming at
and
a really
he
good time
and
for
he
the Nets
lost
too.
his first Nets home game to the Hornets.
That's kind of rough. But
Another
That's tough.
NBA thing
And you
I
know what
wanna-
that did is it actually bumped the Hornets above the Nets in standings right now. So the Nets are in the 9 right now. Which the play-in is what, the 8,
I
9, and
think-
10?
Yeah.
7,
I think
7, 8, 9,
9.
8,
7,
9.
8, 9, 10. Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10. 7 play
Yeah,
the
so-
8, 9 play the 10, and then the
Yeah.
winner plays the loser, and or
Okay. So if you're a
I have
9
it
or a
right
10, you
here.
got to win 2 games. But if you're a 7 or an 8, you can lose 1. Then you just got to win your set.
So-
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so the winner of the 9-10 plays the loser of the 7-8 to move on, but the winner of the 7 and 8 automatically move on.
Right. So if you're a
Okay,
7 or an
okay.
8, so that would,
So
as of
if
right
you
now,
win-
if the playoffs
yeah.
started today, it would be Cavs versus Hornets in the 7-8 and Nets versus
Nets
Hawks
versus
in the
Hawks.
8-9.
Right. So
Or-
if you're
or
in
the
the
9-10,
9-10,
I mean.
if you're in the 9-10 game, you have to win 2 games to make the
Both games.
playoffs.
In a
Versus
row.
if
And
you
if you're in the
have to
7-8,
make
you can
playoffs,
lose
you-
1, then you just got to win your second.
Right.
Mm.
Which in the West, the
Interesting.
9-10 is the Pelicans, Lakers, 7-8 is the Wolves and Clippers. And
And,
I do want to touch up about
Those-
on the
those
Pelicans
Wolves, man.
because
They're
I
about to
saw
come out.
I saw a video of Zion working out. I'm sure you guys saw it too. And if you pay
Mhm.
attention to the video of him doing that dunk, not making it like oh, he's a fat joke, or whatever. But I don't know if I'm tripping, but if you guys
It's
look
a
at the
it's
No,
a
yeah,
ground
it's
rehab
a-
court.
The
So
wood
is
looked
it
like a
like a mat?
mattress.
No, it's
like a
a
mat,
rehab.
right?
It's a
Okay.
rehab court, and it's
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
padded,
there's no
flooring.
It's
way
not,
that
though.
shit's actually caved
It's
in
not
It's a
though,
rehab
because
like that.
Sham Sharania came on the Pat McAfee show like the day after that video came out, and he
Yeah.
literally he has a source inside the Pelicans building, and they said that that's just a normal court.
Oh,
Like there's
wow.
no extra padding in it. So like
Wow,
Shit's
Zion.
funny as
Really?
fuck.
I mean,
obviously
was
like
surprised he
basketball courts are
broke a
built with
shoe.
like the tiniest little bit of give. Like it's not like a basketball court isn't like as hard and compact as like concrete, but
Yeah.
like it still is
Right.
kind of crazy that the camera was able to capture that much give from like the impact. But I mean,
Hey, you
he's
still
always been
dunk
a
it,
really
though.
powerful guy,
Yeah,
but
he
obviously
broke
he's still
open
got a
a
little
shoe,
bit
man.
to go.
In college.
Yeah.
In Lily and March Madness. in,
Granted,
what
he
was
was
that, 2018?
50 pounds lighter back then, and he still ripped.
And
through
all
it, but-
muscle.
Yeah.
Another thing about the playoff standings though is the Lakers are currently at the 10, so they would get into the play-in, but the Spurs are at
God,
the
can we
11
just
and they're
go- can we
only
just go
one
one
game behind.
Playoffs.
Yeah, I don't like the play-in either, but the Spurs are only one game behind the Lakers, and there's only like maybe 8 or 9 games left like on the
Jeez.
schedule. So I'm curious to see how many 50-point games LeBron is going to put up this week to will
He-
I will
his
say,
Lakers
though,
into the
I will
fucking
s-
playoffs.
About LeBron, he hurt his ankle the other day and said that it feels horrible.
Ooh.
So if LeBron, sits out, lets it heal, the Lakers aren't going to make it. But
I simply don't believe
LeBron
the NBA
plays-
will allow the golden
Allow
golden
for it.
boy LeBron James not to make the playoffs.
right,
At least
which
to
is
play in.
I love. Okay, let's take a quick break. We have a very special guest about to join us.
Eh?
Yes,
Our
sir.
good friend Isaiah Bird joining us from the military and in Germany.
Yeah.
What up? He's connecting right now. Birdie!
Birdie!
Bird, what's
good.
going on?
Yes, sir.
There
You
he
hear
is.
us?
Yo, what up, baby?
What's happening?
What's good?
That's good.
What
dude.
up, B?
Bird.
What?
Hey, Bird. Who's your NBA MVP pick for this season?
Mm,
Putting you on the hot seat.
yeah, right away. Shit. Is everybody else already said theirs?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I want to hear
I mean,
everybody
pretty
else's
much.
before I hear mine.
I'm saying Jason Tatum. I'm going with my dark horse pick.
D-Book.
Give me Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I gotta go with Embiid too.
This
Nah,
might
give me-
be a homer
give me
pick,
Nikola
but I'm going
Jokic.
Giannis.
Nah.
Definitely a
It's not
homer
like
pick.
Dylan. It's not like Dylan with Devin Booker, Arizona.
Yes, sir. Bro. That's why I fuck
course.
with you.
And that's
Hey, so
shooting for long shots, man.
how's that military life treating you? How you doing up there in Germany?
It's cold. The weather's shitty. But besides that, it's not terrible.
Good, bro.
Besides
That's
I work straight nights now. So like even on my off days, my ass is awake like 6 p.m. all the way to like 6 a.m. like every day. That's just like my schedule. So
Mm.
it's good though, because then I can jump on shit like this because I'm up.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
honestly.
Yes,
What
sir.
time is
Keeping
it
up
there
with
right
the
now for
sports
you, bro?
world?
What's up?
You been keeping up with all the sports and everything that's going on?
Mostly. I mean, I've been trying to, but it's hard because of the time.
Fair enough, honestly.
Yeah. What time is it there for you right now?
It is 2:40 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. That's
For a
like
late one.
6:40 here.
Yeah. And we're wide awake.
Hey, Bird, you see many NFL fans up there in Germany? I know they started playing like Germany games a couple years ago.
I haven't seen a lot besides Americans because like down
yeah.
here it's like their football is soccer, so like they don't fuck
Yeah.
with anything else but soccer.
Bird, you finna join some German football?
Fuck no, I'm not playing no soccer, man.
No. Like
Actual-
like American. Oh my god, that's great.
That's it.
No, some American football in Germany.
They got like leagues and shit, but with our job, you can't like if you want to
Right.
join, it's like they're like, okay, so you can join, but your practice is at like 8 a.m. or like 10 a.m. and then you have to go to work at like 8 p.m. to work all night. So they're like, good luck if you want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd pass.
Yeah, hard pass.
That was
Dude.
funny shit.
Fuck no, I'm not playing no soccer.
All right, Bird, let me ask you, what do you think about this year's Final Four? Who do you see winning it all?
You know, I'm kind of really liking that you have like not a lot of like, I mean, I guess there's two teams basically that are like high seeded, but like there are some low seeds in there. But I hate Duke, even though it's Coach K's last season. Don't like Duke. Not good for it. It's hard though. It's hard for me because I don't want to like, I don't know. There's a lot of teams that I would say like North Carolina would be nice to win, but they've won a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really the most wins.
Right.
All four teams in the Final Four this year are like straight blue bloods too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Villanova,
Nova,
Kansas,
Kansas,
UNC,
yeah,
and
exactly.
Duke. Like those are arguably
So no matter-
the four biggest
Right.
basketball schools in the whole country.
So no matter what the Natty's gonna be, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a classic pretty much with two classic, fucking
Oh
I
yeah.
wouldn't
Patriot
mind.
type teams.
I wouldn't mind seeing Kansas and UNC. I wouldn't mind that.
Kansas
That's
and
old.
UNC.
That's like old school.
That
So
would
who do you
be
got
dope.
winning
That
that?
would be pretty fire.
I got to go with the underdog, man. UNC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got UNC winning it now too.
I hope so. And it's nice to see them in there. I mean, everybody else though, it's like, man, you've been here before. But everybody in this has been there before, so you're not like, oh, we want to go for the underdog because all these teams got championships.
Right.
Mhm.
Hella championships.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Villanova and UNC to meet up because the last time they met up in a national championship, it was like one of the best basketball games I've ever watched in my life.
That's
What was
true.
that? 2017, 2016?
And it had
16. It was
Adam-
16 because I just saw the
Yeah,
saw the video on that
2016.
because of that dude that hit the game-winning three has never shot a three-pointer in a game in his entire life until that three-pointer, and he fucking banged it to win the Natty. So.
Well, we
Hey,
also
good
right
time
before
to
the
make your
game,
first, right?
right before the game winner, they had that double clutch 3-pointer for UNC to go up. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that
And,
was just an insane
It
game.
was insane.
Bert, I know we all got at least one sports question for you, but I'll give you mine. It's regards the NBA.
Okay.
So the Lakers and the Spurs are battling for the final spot for the play-in tournament with less than 10 games to go. Do you see LeBron getting into the playoffs this year or no?
Yeah. I don't even think that he's playing in Dallas when they play. He's not gonna play. He's injured.
He hurt his ankle
as of
last
right
game
now,
and
he
said
is.
it feels horrible. So I don't know if he's gonna play it out the rest of the year or not. But it's coming down between them or the Spurs. So it's LeBron or Coach Pop, another legendary coach, to hit that last spot in the play.
Yeah, I think that the Lakers could go. I don't see them going very far if they do. So, I mean, I would personally rather see the Suns go and see if they can actually do something, because sometimes the teams that get in there late, they actually go in there and want to win instead of the teams that are like, fuck, we've been winning all season. It's just going to be like the rest of the season.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hey, Bird, you been keeping up with some NFL offseason moves?
I've seen a couple of like the big ones, but not like anything crazy. Like I said, it's hard. It's like I'm either working, I'm sleeping, or I'm up like doing something else. But
Right.
Here's a
course,
question:
everybody-
which wide receiver on their new team do you think is going to do better next year? Devontae Adams on the Raiders or Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins?
I'm gonna say Adams on the Raiders.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
The Dolphins have always gotten to take a quarterback and then for some reason make them so shit that even if they're good, they're shitty.
Oh yeah, very true.
First statement.
100%.
I'm gonna ask you real quick. You've been keeping up with UFC, Bird?
No, that's probably something I haven't been watching.
All right. Well, have you heard the whole thing about like Masvidal and Covington and all that stuff, or not at all?
Not really, no. I'm not. I go to the UFC parties. I don't really like go for the UFC. You know?
That's fair. That's fair.
Valid.
That's fair.
Oh my God, Bird, you fucking cracked me up, fam. I miss you, hella.
I miss all y'all. I got to keep switching back and forth so I can see everybody's faces though on this shitty ass phone.
All good, no worries.
But Bird, you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. We don't get to talk to a Baltimore Ravens fan every day, but what are your hopes for the Baltimore Ravens this year?
Hopefully, I mean, shit, if they ride the season out like they did at the beginning of last season, but instead of like going like 6 games straight loss or something like that,
Yeah.
instead of doing that, I mean, if we can maybe win 50-50 it and then get into the playoffs, that's like what I'm hoping for right now. But if they shit on themselves again, what are we going to do? Go win no games? We're going to continue the losing streak? It was kind of sad, honestly.
Like fucking ever 3 straight months, and then going into the new season, they just keep straight losing.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, Baltimore's going to do good this year, and then it's like, nope, there's the Baltimore we remember.
Hopefully they can go and then into next season with a healthy roster though.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's true.
Bird, you are more than welcome to keep joining us. If you're busy, we know you. We know you're busy up there, so if you gotta go, you can go. But if you want to stay, we're fucking way more glad to have you stay. As we touch up on March Madness and U of A or Arizona and Gonzaga's fallout in the Sweet 16. Absolutely sad. Absolutely had me heated as fuck. I did not want to talk to anybody for at least 24 hours after that embarrassing ass loss to Houston. I'm the type of fan, I hate to say it, but I'm the type of fan that was loving the tears coming down Shed's face of Houston. I just loved the crying of Houston and all the Houston fans' sad ass fucking faces after they lost. Just a pity thing that I love being a fan. So what was your guys' take on U of A losing to Houston? And then
I gave this
Nova?
game a lot of thought after it was over. And I came to the conclusion that Houston's defense is good, but they didn't look good against Illinois. But they're a good defense, and it showed against U of A.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say that honestly, like I got to watch, like I was trying to find the game live for like the whole first half. So I was like, finally get it. I'm on the phone with my dad. He's like, has the camera up to the TV and I'm watching the whole second half. And like, they just literally look like they like shit on themselves, like turning to the right wing and throwing the ball out of bounds, like what, maybe 3 times in like 8 possessions. Like you're not going to win, or you're not going to go in March Madness like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I even called it before, you know, if U of A play us like they did against TCU or even Wright State, which I've never heard of Wright State before we played them. I don't know if you guys have either. But I mean, 30, what was it? 35, 36 turnovers.
35 turnovers.
35 turnovers in
between,
those 2 games.
Yeah.
Right.
2 games.
And they had 6 with like what, 8 minutes left in the first. And they already had 6 turnovers against Houston. I already knew it was over.
That was the thing that they really struggled to do in the playoff, was just maintain possession of the ball and really capitalize on opportunities. Yeah.
And continuing on U of A, I guess I saw a like a top 10 NBA mock draft that had a Benny going number 10 overall to the Pels. Do you guys see him going earlier or later, or does he even possibly stay with U of A, potentially get that natty, and potentially become like a top 3, maybe even first overall?
I am a firm believer that you should let like players like that who are like, you know, fringe lottery guys should always stay another year, especially with NIL now. It's not really like you have to get drafted to get that bag.
Yeah.
And I think that I think if Benny declares and goes to this draft, I think that's exactly what he is, like fringe lottery, you know. But I think that if he returns and if like, you know, some other guys return too, I think U of A could definitely have a shot at like winning a natty next year, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Experience and team chemistry will beat pure talent when it comes to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
How many times have U of A fans said that over the past years? We get all these good prospects.
Every year.
And then they all leave, and then we get really good prospects again, and then we shit on ourselves, and then we're like, oh, hopefully they stay. And then now look at Stanley Johnson, X amount of years in the NBA, finally gets a starting position. Like, how long did that take you to do when you could have stayed 1 more year in college and then went and got a first rounder maybe?
Right. I mean, the only one who one and done year really worked for was what, DA and Aaron Gordon, you know? And it even took Aaron Gordon to fucking do that whole ass dunk contest shit with Zach LaVine to become a starter. He wasn't even a starter prior to that, was he? I mean, besides DA, him and Aaron Gordon are, you know, as of recently, you know, the only ones who could be a one and done at U of A. But I mean, as Bird was saying, you know, with all these top prospect guys, I think U of A's future is way brighter with Tommy Lloyd than it would have been with
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Sean Miller.
Yeah.
Sean Miller, you know, because
you already forgot, and it's only been a year. That's how we
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Tommy Lloyd coming from Gonzaga, you know, Gonzaga easily being one of the best basketball schools, despite not making it past the Elite Eight or Sweet 16 in a long time. You know, Tommy Lloyd, he signed a deal with U of A, automatically got a 5-star recruit coming in for next season. So, I really hope Benny stays. He's the best player U of A has seen in a long time. Probably, you know, since Nick Johnson, maybe even, what was his name? Derek Williams. You guys remember that fool?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude was such a beast at U of A. Obviously didn't really do anything in the league, but
U of A has had a lot of fucking good
had
players who didn't do anything in the league.
right.
He had some nice poster dunks in the NBA.
Stanley
That's
Johnson.
about it.
Yeah. Come on.
Can we talk about Kirk Creesa though?
Hell,
See, with
man.
Kirk Creesa, I mean, so dude in the season, I mean, maybe not as like a skill player, but just his, you know,
Role.
his personality and, you know, how hyped up he gets. He's always involved with the team, and no matter how he does in a game, as a U of A fan, you're gonna love Kirk Creesa just because of his energy, right?
He's a spark
I
plug.
was watching the UCLA or not. Yeah, I was watching the UCLA game the second time we played UCLA in season, or was it UCLA? It was Oregon, one of the two, and Kerr hit like what 2-3 clutch threes to take the lead late in the game. Kerr Kriisa is a name that all year was in everyone's mouth in Tucson. You know, everyone was talking about Kerr Kriisa on campus, off campus. If you're a U of A basketball fan, you love Kerr Kriisa. Then he got hurt, and then the thing that made me mad about Kerr Kriisa, which sucks because I love him because of his energy. Like I said, he's always hyped, he's always lit, right? They were playing TCU, and it was late in the game. And shot a corner three, missed, got an offensive rebound, passed it back to Kerr, shot another three, missed, got an offensive rebound, passed it back to him, shot another corner three and missed. You just, as a player, no matter who you are, you can't miss 3 wide open 3-pointers in a row.
Yeah, that's
Granted,
pretty tough.
he's coming off of ankle injury, but I mean, they obviously cleared you to play for a reason. So you're obviously good enough to play. You have to hit at least one of those threes.
Yeah.
We always say shooters shoot, and then a good shooter never misses twice. But come on, man.
Yeah.
And you would think 3 times a charm, but I mean, he missed every single one of those, and he was wide open. Maybe the most contested shot he had was like 8-10%, and that's on 2K.
He played 2 games in March Madness, right? He missed the first.
Right.
I think so.
He shot 2 for 17 from beyond the arc. He had 7 fouls and 4 turnovers.
Not to interrupt or anything, but I do have to go. Good luck with the rest of the pod. Love all y'all.
Yes,
I'll
sir,
catch y'all.
Dimaj.
Alrighty,
Much
Dimaj.
love.
Alrighty,
Catch
Dimaj.
you.
I'm for what you do, Maj.
Later, DiMaggio.
Here's what I'll say about Kerr Kriisa, right? He is a spark plug kind of guy, and like he definitely has a certain role on the team. And I do feel kind of bad for him because he was rushed back from injury. I mean, we all saw the pictures of his purpled up, swollen ankle. I mean, that shit was disgusting. I'm surprised he even came back to play games, but it is a tough moment to be cold like that, to be on the biggest stage for your team at the biggest moment. And it's a trade, but I do feel kind of bad for the guy, despite the fact that I just called him an L-mans about 2 minutes ago. But yeah, no, it's unfortunate. It's a bad time to be doing too much.
Yeah.
100%. That's probably one of the main reasons U of A couldn't move on. Actually, not really, because the game he did bad in was the game we won. But besides that, I mean, Houston's 3-point defense was absolutely killer in that game. U of A could not get a single 3-point shot off. Well, they could, they just missed. But just a all around bad game for Arizona. Not the one you want to lose, but I mean, that's typical Arizona for you. If for all of our viewers don't watch U of A, typically that's how they usually do when they make the tournament. Every single year they made the tournament, they're a high seed, hopes are high in the season, make it far in the Pac-12 tournament, and then blow it in the Sweet 16, Elite 8, maybe even the second round to Final Four, whatever. They just can't finish like most of these teams can, sad to say, and couldn't finish this year. So hopefully next year they get a good group. Maybe Dalen Terry will stay. Pele Lawson will stay. I mean, I
expect a good amount of them to stay. I mean, majority of them are pretty young.
I mean, the only senior. Right. The only senior is Coloco, and Benny is the only one going to the draft, if he even declares. So pretty much everyone that U of A has will be back next year.
Yeah. So it's just still be a pretty exciting team with or without Benny, depending on he decides what to do.
Well, on the topic of March Madness, shout out to St. Peter's, man.
Yeah.
That was really fun to watch.
My boy Dougie.
first 15 seed to ever make it to the Elite Eight. Unfortunately,
Fucked up my parlay.
the hype
though.
train ran out of gas against UNC, but that's a wagon in their own right now. But nah, it was really fun to watch. I mean, that Kentucky upset was insane. And then they beat Murray
Unbelievable.
State.
Murray State.
And then
Purdue.
shoot. Yeah,
Purdue.
and Purdue. Yeah. Shout out to them. They're definitely going to be getting some big upgrades from all this club and this tourney run.
I mean, I hope it's not Loyola Chicago all over again, even though it kind of is. I just hope it's not, because when Loyola Chicago went on that run, they haven't really done anything in the tournament since.
Yeah.
But I think St. Peter's they have a good team. They got a good coach. Their coach is chill. I fucking love their
coach. Actually, I believe he got offered to go coach at Seton Hall, where he played. So he might end up leaving. If not, he already did. I don't remember for sure.
Wait, are you talking about Shane Holloway, the coach for St. Peter's?
Mm-hmm.
He's leaving?
It's either got the offer to go coach there or he is leaving. I don't remember for sure.
That'd be pretty sad. I don't see why you do that.
I think he played at Seton Hall.
True, but
You think the team's going to get taken there again next year?
No,
I hope so.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure he played for one of the only other 15, 16 seeds to make it to the Sweet 16.
I think
So that was kind of cool seeing a Sweet 16 featherweight guy lead them all the way back there.
He also played in the McDonald's All-American game with Kobe, and he won the MVP.
Yeah, Shane Holloway used to be a baller, man.
Mm-hmm.
it is kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, Seton Hall basketball has always been make it to the tournament, lose in the first round, second round. They messed up my bracket in the first round, but whatever, can't win them all. I guess to touch up on a little bit of MLB, not really much has happened besides the legend himself, Albert Pujols, is back for another year. Not only is he back for another year,
last hoorah
with the team that he started this whole hoorah with, the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Which is, I'm so happy that he did that.
Facts.
There's no better way in any sport. There's nothing better than seeing a legendary player, return or, stay with his team that he started with to finish his career. Absolutely love it.
Homecoming.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. It made me happy.
Yep, I absolutely
even though fuck
love
the
it.
Cardinals.
No, straight up. As a Brewers fan, yeah, they're in your division, huh? Yeah,
indeed.
They always beat us. So, we're less than 10 days away from opening day, boys. So that should be
lit.
Pretty lit.
Should be very fun.
Tice, do you want to close us out with a parlay of the day?
Yes, got you. I was looking at a couple of things, waiting for some lines to come out. Might have to do it on the fly here. It's all right. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. NBA tomorrow. Let's start it out. Milwaukee Bucks. Never mind. Let's start it out with the Chicago Bulls going to Washington to play the Wizards. I will take their money line at minus 148. The Wizards are garbage. And then we got the Pistons traveling to the Nets. And even though Kyrie is back and playing home games, I like the Pistons plus 13.
See, the Pistons have been in games lately with all these top
Pistons either
teams.
get blown out or they surprise you and win. And
right.
I'm going to roll the dice and say that tomorrow's a surprise you and win night. Boom, two-legger. That is plus 219. Boom.
All right. I like it.
Hell yeah.
Isaiah Bird, my good friend. Any last words for the
Birdie.
pod?
Nothing. Miss y'all. I mean, hopefully I can jump on this every now and again when y'all are doing something. But
100%.
That'd be fine.
I guess you can say we get everybody together for a minute.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't like taking beer bongs or anything, but
Right.
Hey,
Bird,
we'll get back to that when you get back.
Bird, don't leave quite yet. Stay on the call while we end this. That concludes our episode 7 of the Lunch Table. Episode 8 will be live next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Much love from the boys, and I. Hopefully, we will have a big announcement coming soon. Hopefully,
Little
you guys
teaser. What?
know what it is. Little teaser. We might be getting an NBA player here on the pod. So, we'll let you guys know.
Stay tuned for sure.
Stay tuned for
I
that.
I could try to get Nick Wright on the pod.
There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
Married to my cousin, in case y'all didn't know.
For real?
Hey, shout out.
We'll catch y'all later. Much love from the Lunch Table.
Adios.